even though it's my day off and I could potentially go inside and do a video inside because nobody else around, the dogs are crazy and I just don't want a distraction of dogs. Um, what I want to do this vlog about is about my nonfiction. I call it levels of geekdom. I have for years now, and I put it forward to a critique group a while back, and they convinced me to get tested to see if I'm on the autism spectrum, because the way my mind thinks, I skip from topic to topic and I ramble, and don't really have a point till the end, and then you see it and you're like, oh, because it's just your mind, it's a beautiful mind, works differently than a lot of people's. So I did an autism test online, and then I did one with my therapist, which is actually online too, but I guess it's recognized by some society or whatever, and then we talked about it and stuff. And I scored very high on the spectrum. And she said, now, if you had gotten this diagnosis when you were little, you would have been, you would have had Asperger's. That's what Asperger's. Asperger's. But now, I'm an adult, so it's just, I'm on the spectrum. And I did another online test for ADHD to see if there's, adult onset. I know there's such a thing. And I scored really high, in the 90th percentile of that. So bottom line is, my mind thinks weird. And when I wrote Levels of Geekdom, a lot of the reflections are really offensive, and they're just, they're not good. They don't fully explain things. So what I'm going to do, I've decided, I was just going to throw away that book, but no, I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to repackage. I'm going to add some stuff, edit some stuff, and I'm going to change the title Levels of Geekdom, because apparently it's not really geeky. Geeky has to do with cultural, like music and movies and TV shows and games, and and nerd has to do with in-depth loving something intellectually. I guess that's a big difference. So, thing is, I don't really fit either one of those stereotypes 100%, and that's the point. The book was not fitting things 100%, but I don't make that point very clear. So I decided I'm going to retitle it something like Clueless, Living on the Spectrum and Not Knowing It, or something, because all the stories, for the most part, are from when I was younger, teenager, or maybe a little later. But I didn't know I was on the spectrum, and that's why I did a lot of the things I did. Why I had those weird perspectives on a lot of things. And it has nothing to do with being a geek or a nerd. It has to do with just my mind thinking differently. And so I decided I'm going to repackage that. My nonfiction. That's going to be a big deal this year. I'm going to... after I do this manuscript, I'm gonna submit it to the critique group and see what they think about it. And yeah, go from there.